In today's video, I've got a nice and easy roulette strategy for you being entered into the roulette tournament. It's by Jumpy Bean 24 and it's called the Dream Catcher. Now, most of you will have seen something similar, but we have I'm going to say a unique progression. It's used in other roulette strategies, but it's been used in our Dream Catcher roulette strategy. The setup, like I said, something that you've probably seen before, but with an additional bet, which makes the payouts quite interesting. I get it set up straight away. Like I said, dead easy to get on the table. Just having a look at the last numbers, we would have been doing pretty well. So we're going to do 10 here, 20 here, and then the additional bet is a $2 here on the 13 to 18 6 line. Let me just get this bet saved because we're going to use it for our progression. Dream Catcher. You can see it's a $32 bet. Let me just have a look at those numbers. There they are, look, all high numbers, which is what we need. We'd have won every single spin there. And of course, as soon as I jump on the table, it's a low number. Pretty standard for our luck recently in the roulette tournament. Let's repeat the bet, and we're going to add a unit. And I'll show you exactly the setup and what we're going to do with this progression. So obviously we're on level 2 now, so all these bets were half. It was originally $2 on the 13 to 18 6 line, $10 on the middle dozen, and $20 on 19 to 36. Obviously you're seeing now 4, 20, 40 because we've added a unit. Now with our progression, we need to win twice before we go back down. So again, we're going to have a D'Alembert style. Where's that going? 28's fine. We're going to have a D'Alembert style. So we win twice, go down a level. So just going to repeat that bet. Now, what's interesting with this progression is our 20. We have different payouts here. So our jackpot numbers are 19 to 24. Obviously, they're in the middle dozen and 19 to 36. So both of these bets are going to win. That $20 and that $40. So that makes these our jackpot numbers. They pay $38 on the base level. So now we're level 2, double 38. What's that? $76 profit if we land in there. Let me just reset our bet with $4 in profit. Win 2, reset. So let me just go back to it. So now we're on the base bet. I'll tell you the exact payout. So the 13 to 18, that 6 line there, gives us a $10 profit when we're at base level, which we are now. That 19 to 24 gives us the $38 profit that I was talking about. And the third dozen, 25 to 36, gives us an $8 profit. So they're our biggest ones. That's our second biggest one. That's our third biggest one. So you've got either $10 profit, $38 profit, or $8 profit. That should be $8 profit. There you go. $40 return was a $32 bet. So we just repeat the bet. Now, why I say it's quite interesting, the progression, because if we just think about it, it's a $32 bet. Okay. You lose $32, you double up. When you double up, these numbers here, the last dozen, are going to pay $16 profit. So you've lost 32, you hit your smallest wins twice, and you've recouped your winnings. So if you hit your lowest wins twice, you'll have recouped, which is what we normally is what we like in roulette strategies, isn't it? We like to recoup our wins after our progression. We don't really mind. I say we, I'm speaking for myself. I know a lot of you think the same way that I do. I personally don't mind being a little bit short in my progression. So let's say I'm at $1,100 and I lose and I follow the progressions, and then after the progression's finished, I'm at $1,095. I've lost $5 for the progression. I'm not really too concerned. Maybe I can build it back on the base level. I know a lot of you guys think that roulette strategies are terrible if they don't fully recoup. We've just hit a jackpot number. So that was a $32 bet and it returns 70. See the spike in our stats there. Right, let's just repeat the bet. So that's obviously nice to hear. So the progression, like I was saying, you lose, you increase by a unit. It's not a martingale. So we went from 32 to 64, but we're not going from 64 to 128. We're going from 64 to 96. We're adding $32 per time. The drop down is either win 2 small bets. Just repeat this bet. Win 2 small bets. So that's either 13 to 18 or 25 to 36. Win those twice, or 1 jackpot. So if we lose, double up, and then hit 19 to 24, we can half it. Not half it, sorry, we can reduce a unit. We're definitely on the lucky side for the time being. 6 wins, 1 loss. Very easy to understand what our probability should be here in 24 spins. We've lost twice, and both times it's been 6. Right, so we're going to repeat that bet. I'm going to add a unit. So obviously with 24 numbers covered, after our 37 spins, this should be 24, this should be 13. And that, but obviously, and this has happened quite a lot with our roulette tournament. Yes, we can tell if we're lucky or unlucky in terms of our wins, but then a step deeper is how many jackpot numbers did we hit? Because obviously, with jackpot numbers means that other numbers don't pay as much. So we repeat the bet. For example, we've got $64 on the table. We hit a winner, but we only made $16 profit. If you were playing just standard 2 dozens, $30, $30, you would make $30 profit. We only made $16 profit because most of our profit is built into these numbers. And when you have extra profit on some numbers, you have less profit on others. Just another win to go down. Now you want to hit a jackpot. When you've just hit one small one, you're waiting for another one. Now you hit a jackpot, you're laughing. We've not though. We've missed. We're $14 down. So we're going to repeat the bet, and we're going to add a unit. Like I said, not a martingale, just adding a unit, a D'Alembert, 96. So next one we'll add another $32, which will be 128. Is that right? Feel like that's right. Yeah. Hopefully we don't find out. So we need to win 2, reset. That's our smallest win, but we'll take it. Jumpy Bean 24 has also said, if a jackpot number puts you into session profit, then you can reset. So for example, if I'm at $130 bets or something along those lines, then a jackpot number just sends me straight into session profit. I don't need to just come down one level. I can just go, right, great, session profit, reset. So hopefully this is a winner and we can come down a level. Yeah. So that was a $96 bet. We're going to go for a $64 bet. That's why I've got the bet save. Because unfortunately with online roulette, you can't reduce it. You can't repeat the bet and then take some off. You have to basically put the bet on again. So that's why I'd advise saving the bet. So now we need to count again. We're on 0 wins because we've just come down a level. 2 more wins and drop. Okay, that's not a win. It's right next to a jackpot number. So we can repeat and add a unit. Good job we reduced, otherwise we would have lost $96. That time we only lost $64. Let's have a look at these stats. I mean, we're still technically on the lucky side in terms of wins and losses. Our wins should only be double our losses. But we've only hit 1 jackpot number. That's a win. That's like our middle win. So we're going to repeat that bet. So that 13 to 18 is better than 25 to 36. Only by a couple of dollars, but still. But to be honest, at a $96 level, I just want to win. I don't mind if it's jackpot. I don't mind if it's small, big, just not 0 to 12. If it's 0 to 12, we're going up again. Which I don't really want to do. Okay. So that's a win. We can come back down a level. Just remind ourselves, so that was a $96 bet. And we're going to a $64 bet. And we are $30 in profit. So we need to get to $200 or more to get into the top 8. At the minute, we're a bit too slow to do that. Be interesting to see. I mean, I think if just one jackpot number at this level, and we might be on course. But at the moment, not sure if it's going to make $200 in 37 spins. I mean, that's making $20 profit each spin, which is pretty good. But if we win this, we're going to go down a level, aren't we? If it can hit a jackpot number now, this will really set it on course to potentially make our $200 or more. Don't forget, guys, the knockout stages, we're only doing 20 spins. So some of these other strategies that have done well, but with like a slow grind, might not do well in our 20 spin session. Okay, that's 2 wins at that level. We're going to go back down. And we're back at base bet. And we can see from our stats, we were at $66 and now we're at $70. So that progression, even though we didn't hit even though we did not hit a jackpot number, lose, win 2, lose, win 2, come down a level, has actually put us at session profit, which is good. And then we hit a loser. Okay, repeat. Add a unit of Dreamcatcher. So we're about halfway there. $38 in profit. It's going to need some jackpot numbers to give it a chance. It's going to need some jackpot numbers at a high level to give it a chance. I can't think of what the original setup is called. I think you normally have 10 and 15. What's most common? That's 1 win. Just repeat that. I can't remember what it's called. It's pretty common bet. Middle dozen and 19 to 36, or middle dozen and 1 to 18. Because obviously then you have 24 numbers covered, but you have those jackpots built in. I do think that this is quite a clever introduction because it only takes a little bit of profit from your last dozen and puts it over here. So the more even, but you still have those jackpot numbers. No. Go up a level. Right, repeat. Go up a level. Come on. Where are these numbers from 19 to 24? I want to see what happens more than anything at this level with our stats. Well, actually, we'll work it out. So at base level, it's $38 profit. We're at level 3 now. So 120, about $114 profit, I think, if we hit one of those jackpot numbers now, which will be session high, and we can reset. Go on, 24. Oh, 20 is good. 20 does the same thing. Let's see. There you go. Just like that. And we reset. So no win 2 drop. Win 1 drop. That was just a win 1 and reset completely. Right, we're on target now. 21 spins, $108. Could do it. It could do it. Can't really get into a winning flow, can we? Although we are winning more than we should, so I shouldn't complain too much. These resets seem to be coming at the perfect time. We reset back down to $32 and then lose. If you can lose, add a unit, hit a jackpot number, you're going to fly. We'll have another one from 19 to 24. That's one win. So the problem that we have just for this tournament, obviously, if you're not playing a tournament and you just want to try out this strategy, it's not an issue. But for time purposes, if we hit another third dozen here, we'll just go back to our session profit, 108, because we'll win $16 in profit. For 92 plus 16 is obviously 108. So you're just going to tread water for 3 spins, basically. You lose, you win the next 2, you're back where you started, which is obviously better than losing again. 4. Right, let me just repeat the bet. So 4 is extra frustrating with this strategy because we have 21 jackpot number, 19 jackpot number right next door. What was the other strategy? There was another strategy with a setup, and 4 was a whack, and he's getting 4, 4, 4. I after this roulette tournament, I really do not like the number 4. Okay, that's just a single win. We'll take that. Like a medium win. We'll repeat the bet. Let me know what I'm interested to find out actually with the community. Do you have what's your lucky number? Why? And do you have a number like I do with number 4 that you just don't like, that always seems to whack you or sends you into trouble? I think 4 and 6 are my 2 least favorite numbers. And I think when you get it in your head that you don't like it, you notice them more. Oh dear. $38 down. But worse than that, we've got our biggest bet so far. We've got $128 on the table. What's happened here? Because we haven't reset, isn't it? So that was a jackpot. Lose, win 1. Lose, win 1. Lose. This is the problem with needing to win 2 in a row. Any number higher than 12. 22 is a good one. We're in session profit. We're going to reset. Just in session profit. That was a fast rookie. We're on $128 bets, and now we're on $32 bets. Now, that is a smart way to play, for sure. But like I was saying, for tournament purposes, it might give it a better chance if it just went down a unit. I mean, it is on track. It could do it if it gets a bit lucky. So what we're doing there, we're collecting $8 a spin, which is not bad. $8 a spin, pretty good. I think we're going to need at least one more jackpot number for this to have a chance at getting into the top 8. So we're on 28 spins. We're on $122 in profit. I quite like this additional $2 here, just to make it a little bit more even. And now the second dozen becomes your. Oh, we've hit a jackpot. There we go. Definitely on track now. What was I saying? Yeah. So now your second dozen becomes the best place to be. Obviously, this bit here is the best of the best. This one's a little bit better than here. So yeah, I like that additional $2 bet. And I do like the progression. Win two, reset. Now you could do it the opposite way, but you'd need to start much lower bet. You could go add 2 units, come down 1 every time you win. But I think just staying at that level and winning twice in a row is the best way to do it. So Jumpy Bean 24, I think this is arguably the best way to play in terms of the progression. Let me succinctly say what I'm thinking. I think for this setup, this is the best progression that you can ask for. With $1,000, $32 bets, you know that you need to increase your bets, but you also know you want to reduce them to manage your bankroll. So win two and reset. No, win two and drop a level. I think that is the best option for you. Let me know if you ever play around with it yourself. If you think there's a better way to do this, but I quite like it. Okay, we're going to repeat the bet. We are 31 spins in. So we would love a jackpot number now, and we'll be looking like we're going to get into the top 8. What was the last roulette strategy that I did that just missed out on the top 8 by $2? The last spin. What was it called? I got it in my notes. Still here. Oh, it's hit a jackpot. 220. It's in the top 8. Can it hold on? What was it called? I don't know, but it was in the top 8, and in the last spin it lost, and it was $2 away. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Quite an interesting strategy. The same thing could happen here, to be honest. The timing of when we lose could make the difference. So what's that? That was number 24 for Jumpy Bean 24. I like that. It's almost 24 again. Okay, we repeat the bet. Let's just have a look at our stats. So I think we have been on the lucky. Well, we've definitely been on the lucky side in terms of wins. Just trying to look at the jackpots. That's a jackpot there. 1. That's definitely 1, 2, 3. I think we've had 4 jackpots. And obviously we have 6 on the board. So after 37 spins, mathematically speaking, we should hit 6 jackpots. We've hit 4 so far. Let's repeat this bet. We've got 3 spins left. If it can hold off not losing, if it doesn't lose the next 3 spins, it's in the top 8, which is, I mean, obviously. Hopefully it can climb a little bit higher to secure its spot. We've still got a fair amount of strategies left. Like I said, I think you're going to need closer to the $300 mark to stay in the top 8. Oh no, didn't need that. Okay, we're going to repeat and add a unit. 2 spins left. I clicked on the wrong thing. 2 spins left with $206 in profit. Is this going to fall out again right at the end? Okay, just got that. Last spin. Repeat the bet. So we are on 222. As things stand, you're in the top 8. If you don't win this, you're going to finish on 158 and unfortunately not make it into that top 8. So fingers crossed for Jumpy Bean 24. Quite like this adaptation. Dream Catcher. Yeah. I mean, obviously, even if we lose the spin and it's not in the top 8, that's disappointing. But we'd have made some money in our 37 spins. Right next to 24 as well. This happened again. The exact same thing that happened in the previous roulette strategy. Jumpy Bean 24, I'm really sorry, but that last spin knocks you out of the top 8. $158 in profit. I like it. Let me know what you think of that adaptation, and I'll see you in the next video.